Alright, you guys. Well, while I had time sitting on the ground, I did figure out today's date is October 18th. So that's what day it was. We had another cold front come through, and I mean, it's cold. Like, cold. Like, we said the other night it was cold. It's like 10 degrees colder. And so we bundled up and got out, farmed. Haven't hunted yet this year. And it was a pretty eventful night, especially at the very end. Had a little buck come in at like 5 yards. Like, we could have jumped on him and rode him like he was a pony. But he was like that close, I kid you not. And then we had another buck come through, and he kind of just walked up on the hill, chased some does, and he looked pretty good, but we couldn't get a real great look at him. Then we got more. We had a good buck come in, and we couldn't really tell what he was, but we knew he was pretty good and kind of stayed out of the way. Sorry, that's my brother. He's kind of weird. He went hunting tonight too. He's something else. Anywho, we had a pretty big buck come in and then we had two smaller bucks. We had a real small buck that came in at like 15, and he just walked right out, didn't think much of us. But then the other medium-sized buck walked in about the same path and then kind of started drifting up, as you guys saw. And I went to go range him at where I thought that bigger buck was going to come out at then. And one of them caught me, and
that's
so they looked a little spooky.
That's when that second buck left.
Yes, second buck left, and then the other buck kind of looked at him, then kind of just stared at it in this general area at us for a little while, but then he kind of just walked away and didn't commit. So that was that. But hey, it was a good night with that cold front. I haven't even seen a buck all year hunting this year, so that was good because we saw how many bucks? 4? 5. Man, go back to math. But pretty eventful night. And so we're going to stay out of that area till rifle season starts. Now we'll get our blind out there at some point, so we're not sitting on the ground, so my leg doesn't go numb and my fingers don't freeze. So yeah, not too bad of a night. Gaden over there saw
quite a few bucks, I think.
Yeah, quite a few bucks. Say he saw a non-typical giant, but he didn't want to shoot it.
What'd y'all see tonight? Non-typical giant? Didn't shoot it?
No, not giant. Not non-typical, not giant. And then another young buck. It was, well, a little more disappointing than I was hoping, but I guess 2 bucks is better than nothing, so.
Well, it was quite the day. Probably won't go hunting for a little while now, because some of us got to work around here. So I'm going to go back to the harvest grind for a little while, and next time you'll see me, it'll probably either be a couple days before Halloween or a couple days after Halloween, because that's when the moon's supposed to be right. So try to go out then. If that doesn't work, you'll see me opening morning back at the same spot, and we will be wearing a surprise outfit to go deer hunting that morning. So stick with us, you guys. You don't want to miss it. Later.